I, Samuel Gompers, would like to humbly address the Congress and say that H.R. 27 is not within the best interest of the industry or its workers. All of the provisions require work before I would deem them passable, and I shall tell you why. To preface my argument, I would like to share some of my own personal experience on the subject, specifically when it comes to Provision 2. When I first began my struggle toward better conditions against employers and industry, I championed three very basic principles when it came to labor. The most important when applied to this particular bill would be that when political action is necessary, unions should align themselves with an existing political party and best parallels with labor's agenda. This is important to understand, as even though I believe strongly that economics will be labor's most powerful benefit, I do believe government assistance and regulations are necessary as well. We would like to see that the workday is shortened to a mere 8 hours and that wages are rectified to better represent the effort put in. As such, we would require such regulations on both big and small businesses. This would require the change of both Provisions 1 and 2 and a minor edit in 3. Those would be our revisions, and I shall now let another union representative speak on their behalf.
Well, thank you, Mr. Gompers. I, Terrence V. Powderly, hold multiple opinions over the issue of approving the bill to promote small businesses and individuals' right to work. Before stating my position, I would like to begin by stating a little bit about myself. I started my working career by becoming a blacksmith and mechanist for an international union group in 1871. After losing my job due to the Depression of 1873, I came back strong by becoming the mayor of Scranton, Pennsylvania a decade later. My most astonishing achievement is well noted by becoming the Grand Master Workman and leader of one of the country's largest and most powerful labor unions, the Knights of Labor. Being a leader of a large union group, I hold the belief that large businesses should face government regulations and workers should be deemed access to better working conditions. Following my belief, other union supporters and I support the majority of this bill and feel that it should be put into effect. Other union advocates and I feel this way because of our means of protesting and performing strikes. Samuel Gompers, to my right, another union leader, advocates in his speech in What Does Labor Want? That workers' rights must be met and their needs must be fulfilled, or unions will continue to protest. Gompers and other union groups want the government to step in and make regulations on large businesses as they continue to cheat workers with low wages and terrible working conditions. Workers and societies are continuing to influence as many people as they can as they try to fight for their cause, and some are even sending letters to government officials such as James English trying to influence ones of higher status to support their claim. Strikes, such as the washerwomen's strike, continue to prosper as employees, both African American and white, strive for an 8-hour workday. Allowing this bill to pass will contribute enormously to industry and the nation as a whole. The ability of small businesses to prosper will open up opportunities for new employment, lowering the population that remains in poverty. This bill will resolve the grievances that stand between business owner and employee. The economy will begin to thrive as business employees will start to work again, opposed to spending their time protesting against their working conditions. Although this bill brings a promising upside, I disagree with allowing all businesses to hire any worker they seem suitable for a position. Being a leader of a union that welcomed black and white workers, I disagree with this part of the bill, as businesses will try to discriminate in who they hire, resulting in more segregation. Many people within the union, such as myself, fight for the same thing. Although the majority of us protest for the rights of workers, some of our beliefs hold differences. I and the Knights of Labor believe that owners and workers have more in common than they do different. On the other hand, the IWW, industrial workers of the world, believe from an economic standpoint that workers and owners hold several differences and that an economic system should be put into place that favors workers over owners. Some unions try to prove their point through violence and others try to gain the support of the people to establish their cause. When it all comes down to it, we unions fight for one main thing, the rights of American workers. These rights include well-deserved wages, an 8-hour workday, better working conditions, and the government support for large business regulation. Thank you.